Honestly, I missed the first half, which is the most entertaining part. I watched the end of it and went back and watched a little bit of the first half. But you know, OKC is an explosive team. They, clicking right now. Found a good recipe. Obviously, to be a tough Spurs team, that says a lot about how they're playing right now.
Were you surprised though with the way the series played out?
Nothing in the playoffs can surprise me. They're two capable teams that have a dogfight, so it doesn't. I was going into the series, I wouldn't have been surprised. After game one, it kind of was pretty impressive how they OKC turned it around and put that behind them, which is a lesson for playoffs as a whole. Each game is its own. It takes its own identity, so you got to kind of just figure it out.
Steph, what did you learn about OKC in the 3 games you played against them this year? I mean, you guys obviously won all 3, particularly close. And what did you sort of maybe pick up?
You know how they run off of Westbrook and Durant, and their aggressiveness, their talent. Other guys play their roles really well. They're pretty physical. They're big. They can rebound the ball. We got out-rebounded by like 30, I think, in OKC when we won. Which I've never heard of this team doing that. So it's the last 3 years against them. It's been pretty entertaining games. Most of the time going down to the wire. So you can only imagine what it'll be like in the playoffs. Every possession is going to be key. Defensively, we got to stay focused. Just try to make them take tough shots, even though they're probably going to make some tough ones. Rebound the ball and don't turn it over. That's our recipe against them. We have to go out and execute.
Is that the biggest difference, the rebounding and size, maybe compared to past OKC teams? I mean, obviously they've had Durant and Westbrook for a while, but they've got some different parts around them now.
I think that's always kind of been a part of them. They always had Serge.
Right.
Used to have Perkins, used to have other big guys that could see the paint. But Durant and Westbrook have probably gotten better. The role guys that they put in there, coming off the bench with Dion and Cantor, obviously. That was obviously a huge help. So you know who they are, and you kind of just have to understand the game plan. And as the playoffs go on, even more so, that becomes key to winning. Is just understanding the game plan and discipline and having focus on it.
Steph Westbrook is the guy you like to watch on an off day when you just watching games?
I watch the whole league. He's obviously explosive and does some crazy stuff, but not personally.
You covered him some. As someone with that explosiveness, what are the keys to try to limit that event?
Never let your guard down. You gotta try to think one step ahead. Get back in transition. Not let him get ahead of steam. And try to, as much as you can, make him play in the crowd. One guy is not going to be able to stop him. It takes everybody on the court, everybody being on the string.
Do you feel he plays angry?
It seems like he doesn't smile a lot.
He does have he's always, obviously he has a chip on his shoulder, but he just plays like angry. He has that glare on his face.
He plays like every game means something to him. He plays like it matters. That's what the great ones do. That's how demeanors might be different. But at the end of the day, when you're on the court, you have that kind of inner dog in you that that 40 minutes is the most important 48 minutes that you have in front of you. So that's how I see him playing. Winning's important to him.
People often say you're fun to watch. Westbrook fun to watch? I mean, if you had to pick a couple players in the league that you enjoy watching as a fan, is he up there?
I would say, yeah. Like I said, his explosiveness and athleticism. And every night, at the point guard position, you don't really see that kind of athleticism every night, so you gotta appreciate it.
Do you like? Go ahead, Jenny.
When you said rejuvenating mentally, these next few days when you've had wild week with MVP and all that stuff.
Like yesterday on the off days, I watched the second half of the game and trying not to think about basketball too much. We're coming in here for practice, we focus on our preparation, obviously getting shots up, keeping our skill set honed in, understand again the game plan of how we're going to, as that develops over the next 3 days, of how we're going to try to beat OKC 4 times. But in the next 3 days, when you're outside the gym, for me, I just try to relax, take my mind off the game. This is, you don't know how hard this is to try to, the focus that you do need to win, 4 games against OKC and hopefully 4 more after that. It's a long, 3-4 week grind. If you're not all the way there mentally, it'll show.
Do you like to face a team that likes to push the pace and some tempo like you guys, opposed to the Spurs, who likes to slow things down?
We're very versatile, so we know how we want to play. We know that is the pace that we like to get stops and make that feel our offense. If the other team likes to do the same, you have to be able to control your emotions in that kind of environment. It can really get out of control. Quick shots, turnovers, fast breaks, all that kind of stuff. If you don't, execute in those possessions and those kind of situations, then it can work against you. So it is a more fun way to play. It's more intense, I think, and more high octane offense. We have to be able to control the defensive side of the ball so that we allow our offense to take it.
And when you're scrimmaging, y'all mimicking
Actually, it's not. We don't really do too much of that. I know Jeff Van Gundy was commenting on Chris DeMarco, our assistant coach, his lateral quickness. His downhill north-south quickness is pretty good, so he's probably the closest one. We don't really do too much scout team stuff. It's kind of just more the mental preparation.
Steve
Steph,
was saying that.
Steph, how well are you, Kevin, just for Team USA stuff? Kind of guy here.
He's a great dude off the court. I mean, the time I spent with him in Team USA 2 years ago before he dropped off the team, he's always been cool to me. Real down to earth kind of guy. So.
Do you still plan on doing Team USA this summer? Speaking of that, do you still plan on doing Team USA this summer?
Right now, it's about playoffs. I want to play. Obviously, there's a decision from Team USA and picking the team. Hopefully, we'll see how that plays out. But right now, 8 more wins, and then we can worry about that.
Steve was saying that you're probably on the road to being behind you as you go into this next round. Do you feel that way? Or close to it?
Hopefully it'll be close to 100% by the time we get suited up on Monday. That's the goal if I take care of these next 3 days. It's not there right now, but if we had a game tonight, I'd be fine.
Do you mind those comments about good, bad, do you mind those words?
I've gotten really good at ignoring people. So that is the theme of the last 2 years. So I'm all right.
Gift, MVP gift for you, getting the team something?
I'll get him something. He put me on the spot last year. I came through though, so I definitely want to get the guy something to show my appreciation. But that'll work itself out.
Did he ever congratulate you? He was bemoaning him. He was mad at himself for not.
He said he was waiting for the unanimous. this thing.
Ready for what?
He's waiting for the unanimous decision.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have, huh?
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd just been another day.
By the way, was Riley pointing at anybody in particular?
I couldn't tell actually. I was talking. I wasn't really
Have you seen that?
Where did you learn that
paying
from?
attention. All of our family, they teach her all sorts of bad
All sorts of what?
habits. I don't know. I was focused on my speech. I think I was talking about my family at some point, and then she was letting somebody in the front row know she was there.
You joke around with the commissioner.
He finally shook your hand.
Yeah, that was we made up after the game. But I had my hands kind of in my pocket, and he had the mic, and there was like a bad miscommunication. He didn't know what to do with the mic, and then I took my first step. I showed my hand and tried to do like a little dance.
That was like the longest adjustment to getting hung up. I think I've seen.
Yeah, it was a long walk from where I was to the table where the trophy was. Which happens to be.
Have you ever drunk the Leandro drink that he drinks twice a day? You've seen him drink it? Have you offered it to you?
It's not. I've smelled it before.
Smells
Not a
bad.
big fan.
He has miraculous healing powers, though, right?
I'll just stick with the power of prayer.
Thank you.